Konnichiwa minasan. Namae wa Teru desu. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Today, I will be talking to you about apps and sites that helped me learn Japanese. If you haven't already heard, I was accepted into a study abroad program, TUJ, Temple University. I go to University of Tampa, and so I'm so excited because I'll be going for the summer, and the summer program is for 10 weeks straight. So if you are interested in seeing my journey of going abroad and stuff like that, please subscribe. For starters, not one app or one website will help you learn Japanese. One site might be beginner to intermediate, another site will be intermediate to advanced. So you gotta see like what level you are on. I am currently taking Japanese beginner 2. To be honest, I am more on the intermediate, like beginner and intermediate side, because I've been studying Japanese by myself. I've lived in Japan for 5 years, and when I was in elementary school, which was my first 3 year, we were required, just like the US in Spanish, we were required to take Japanese. When you're younger like that, you remember a lot more. If people start learning languages like at a younger age, they retain that information better than they are when they're older. So if you are struggling with Japanese, do not fret, okay? You will get it, you will. You just have to practice and keep going and don't give up. So it can be super hard. I've watched some of my friends struggle to learn Japanese, and they're like, well, Taylor, you know Japanese so well and you learn it so fast, like I can't keep up with you. And I'm like, well, that's because you're just learning it. Like, I actually experienced Japan. I have lived in Japan, so that helped me a lot. I had no choice but to learn Japanese to survive in Japan. And I learned it at such a young age that I'm still remembering it today. Of course, everybody's level of learning is different and how they learn is different. I learn better in a classroom. You might be a person who is more visual. You have to see like pictures of things, or you might be a reader. You might like to read things and like retain information fast like that. Or you like seeing videos help you learn faster. Or you might be like me, who learns better in a classroom. It all depends, everybody's different, but I'm going to tell you a bunch of things that can help you and probably will help you, the level of the things that I'm going to tell you, and just overall, like, just check it out. You know, it's a good way to learn Japanese, and I think that no one app can teach you all Japanese, so this will help you. So I'm gonna start with the beginner things. Beginner apps I suggest if you are just starting out Japanese, or you want to practice your beginning Japanese. I suggest Memrise, Duolingo, and Japanese exclamation point. These are 3 apps that I suggest for beginner learners to learn. A lot of people start with Duolingo, so if you know Duolingo, then you know how Duolingo works. You know, I started off of Memrise. Now, Memrise has updated a bunch of times, and I haven't been on it for a while, but I feel like it is definitely helpful. It has Japanese 1 through 5, like levels 1 through 5, and each level has like 400 words that you memorize or something like that. And it's really good because it makes you memorize it. That's why it's called Memrise. And it's a lot, and I think I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read all of it, because there are some things that I didn't know, you know, that are in that beginner. But if you are a beginner, I suggest that, because it starts off with Romaji and just words and verbs that you should know, and then it slowly starts getting into sentence structures. So I think that is a really good app. That's what I started on. Another one is Japanese exclamation point. That one, I suggest before you go on that app, at least learn hiragana and katakana, which are the Japanese letters. I feel like it's a little bit beginner intermediate, because it just starts off, like and you're like, whoa, okay. So Duolingo, if you do not know what Duolingo is, it is a learning language app. You can learn any language on Duolingo. It is definitely for beginners. I suggest going on it first. If you are used to Duolingo, I suggest practicing on Duolingo and keep going on Duolingo, because we tend to forget, like after a while we tend to just forget to study. So, and Duolingo loves to remind you until it doesn't. My intermediate to advanced apps, we got Kanji exclamation point, there's hiragana, and then there's katakana. Katakana is used for English words and words they don't normally have in Japanese and stuff like that. And sometimes it's used for words they do have in Japanese, but that is a whole different story right there. And then they have kanji, which are Chinese letters or Chinese characters. And it's really complex, and sometimes the kanjis mean two different words, and put together it might mean a whole different word. You know, it's very confusing. So kanji exclamation point is what I suggest if you are intermediate to advanced Japanese. If you buy the whole package, which I think it's like $10, one purchase, then it gives you like, I think 6 or 7 levels with like 100 kanji each, and then it helps you memorize it, and then you can review it and like take a quiz on it, and then keep doing that until you memorize the kanji, which is awesome. You know, I think it's cool, but I think it's more for intermediate rather than beginner, because there is a lot of kanji and you will get confused if you see the hiragana and katakana under the kanji and you're reading it and you can't read it, then that's like a little bit complex. So I suggest learning hiragana and katakana first. Now, the other one is Satori Reader, I always call it Satori is a app where it's definitely intermediate to advanced. Now, it's basically, it has a list of stories. Now, these stories are in Japanese. Now, you can change your settings to say that you want all of it in hiragana and katakana, but I think it is more for intermediate advanced learners who are learning kanji and learning how Japanese put together sentences in certain stories. And it also has like help like furigana, which is kanji but with little hiragana like characters on top to tell you what it says. If you want to practice reading and comprehension, then Satori is best for you. If you're looking to talk to like a pen pal or something, you know, to practice your Japanese or to start or begin speaking Japanese, then I suggest HelloTalk. It is an app that helps you connect with also Japanese learners who want to learn English and English people who want to learn Japanese, and it also has different types of languages, but your first settings is what you're going to be stuck with unless you want to change your settings to like Korean or Spanish, and you can like talk to people on that side of the world and they can talk to you, and you guys can make a conversation and help each other edit each other's conversations and just like help them better understand. You can also listen to what they're saying. So if they like, you can listen and translate. So if they put like, Ohayou gozaimasu, watashi wa Kin-san, o genki desu ka? You know, and then you can hear it. You can press like an audio button and you can hear them say Ohayou gozaimasu, watashi wa Kin-san, you know, genki desu ka? And then you can also translate it and it goes, hi, my name is Ken, are you good? And then you can also translate it but to Romaji, so that if you're learning hiragana and katakana and kanji, you can see what those are, you know, like Ohayou gozaimasu, you know, and stuff like that. So I think that is really good for people who want to learn Japanese and stuff like that. So that's really good. The sites that I suggest to you is Japanese Pod 101, which will, if you sign up with them, they give you a kanji a day, which I love so much because I keep guessing like, what does this mean? Or they give you a picture and they say like, what is this? Guess this. And you click on it, and then it says, it means ame, rain, blah, blah, you know. So it's really good for beginners. I suggest it 100%. I've heard very good things about them. So if you're interested in learning from step to step and you are committed and you want to buy that, then Japanese Pod 101. They also have a YouTube. I suggest following them. They go over lessons and stuff like that. So that's great. A site that I recently discovered is called JapaneseTest4U.com. Now that is definitely an intermediate and advanced site. Now the reason why I say that is because it has, how do I explain this? Ever been on Pinterest and you looked up Japanese phrases, you'll usually see their phrases. It's all like in a long kind of list, and it says JapaneseTest4U.com at the top, and it has like just a list of like phrases to say in Japan. You can find them on Pinterest, or you can go on the JapaneseTest4U.com. It is a recent site that I found, so I have not gone through it a lot, but they have tests for you to take. They have little quizzes and stuff like that. They also give you a list of verbs and vocab to learn, but it's so much that you kind of get overwhelmed. But I'd say just write down all the verbs and vocabulary and just go with the flow. I recommend a Japanese dictionary. Now there is an app that I use that's called Japanese without the exclamation point. I will link everything down below. What it is basically a dictionary that like you can look up any word and it'll give you like a list of the words. You can look up words that you have never heard of before, you know, or you want to be accurate and not be on Google Translate. But the only thing that is confusing about it is that there are so many words that mean different things. Because it's a dictionary. You know, many things have synonyms, and the synonyms mean synonyms, and the synonyms mean synonyms. So you just have to find like what's great for you. So if you're saying bright, like bright, does it mean bright light, or bright as in clever, or bright as in illuminance, you know, stuff like that. All the stuff is in the description if you want to know. So I want to tell you about my plan, but I'm so sorry that this video is so long. So my plan is that I hope to learn Japanese before I go abroad. Yeah, so those are my suggestions for learning Japanese. Yeah, so that's it for Taste Dream World. I am so sorry this video is long. I did not mean it to be long like my last video, but it's just so much information and I think you guys should know it. So I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm good. Subscribe please if you guys want to see my journey of going to Japan to study abroad. Yay!